All right, we're out here on Christmas afternoon. Merry Christmas. We're in the St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge. It just occurred to me as I was hanging out there at the trailhead that I believe it might be hunt season out here. So I don't really have any blaze orange on. I'm going to kind of roll the dice a little bit. Probably not the advisable thing to do, but I drove quite a while to get down here. Didn't see any other cars at the trailhead, so we're going to hope for the best. This is a section of the that includes the doing a little loop out here, and this is a section includes a section of Florida Trail I had not done before, and also includes something called the Cathedral of Palms, which I've been hearing a lot about lately. So I'm kind of excited to check it out. Weather's great. It's not cold. It's a little cool, sunny, blue skies. Hoping for a good little, I think it's a 5 to 6 mile loop in here. So try to get some good video, some good pictures to share. All right, let's see if we can figure out where we're going here. Check in a few. Well, it's a beautiful day to be out on the trail. Found myself sitting around on this Christmas day, sitting around the house eating too much, so thought I'd get out for a little hike. And this is just about as perfect as it gets in North Florida for hiking. As I mentioned, we're on a section of the Florida Trail. This is through hiking season for those through hiking the Florida Trail. I'm not sure how many are out there this year. Haven't really heard. But this is the time to be coming out into this area. St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge is located in the Big Bend area of North Florida, just south of Tallahassee. Up until about a month and a half ago, maybe late October, I guess. Up until that point, it would have been pretty miserable out here, really hot, most likely tons of mosquitoes, but not the case right now, as I said. So late October up and through maybe early March, I guess, is kind of prime season to be out here. So as you can see, it's just beautiful out here. All right, we're gonna keep going. All right, so we're about, I don't know, 2.5, 3 miles in. Actually missed a turnoff and got onto the Florida Trail part of this loop, so we already knocked that out. Back on the Florida Trail now, moving northbound. At the very beginning, the first half mile or so, we started the loop moving southbound, so it's just kind of how it works when you're doing a loop. The only thing to kind of remember is if you're using something like the Gut Hooks app, which I have up right now on my phone. If you want distances to the next waymarks, then you need to switch from northbound to southbound. It's not obviously not critical, but sometimes it can get a little confusing when you're looking at distances to go. One of the things I've noticed out here is there's not much sign. We're really close to the coast here, and there's not much sign here of hurricane damage. If you saw the last video I put up of my little hurricane damage tour of terrain, I'll put the link up top here to that video. If you haven't seen it, go over there and take a look. But that is to the west of where we are right now. And though I didn't film it, I also did a hike after the hurricane a little bit east of here, also in the St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge, and saw quite a bit of damage there, or at least significant evidence of the storm. It's kind of interesting. Right between those two is where I'm hiking right now, and really don't see much evidence. No major trees down so far. Maybe that has to do with the fact that there are a lot of palm trees out here, and I know those tend to weather the storm much better than the pine trees, I guess, and the oak trees. Maybe that has something to do with it, but I just thought that was kind of interesting. There is quite a bit of water on the trail, both to my left and right now, and the ground is a little spongy, so I'm expecting that at some point here we'll get wet. That's not unusual when you're hiking the Florida Trail, so we'll just see how it goes. But should come up to some pretty scenic sections here in a few minutes, and we'll try to shoot some good video there. Check in again soon. All right, well, for the second time today I've taken the wrong route, so we're actually backtracking right now about half a mile where I missed the turnoff to be moving northbound on the Florida Trail. I know I said that a few minutes ago that we were heading northbound, but actually we're on this another forest road. This area, like most areas up here, are just crisscrossed with forest roads all over the place, so you really got to pay attention. It's helpful to have gut hooks, even though I'm using it right now. It still didn't prevent me from screwing up, but that was obviously my fault. So backtracking now. Check in when we get back on the trail. All right, looks like this is where we went wrong. We came down, well, that's the Florida Trail going southbound. We came from down there. We should have turned and gone down into the Florida Trail right there, going northbound. Instead, we headed down this Forest Service road. And by we, I mean me. But here we are, back on track. Okay, so we made it through that workaround. Wasn't too bad. Looked like a few others have done it before. But this is the Florida Trail. Smelly swamp water. No way around it. It's time to get your feet wet. And probably today, yes, a little chilly. Hopefully no snakes. We are just about shin deep right now. Yes. All right. Probably not the last of the water. There we go. The nice thing about getting your feet wet is that you don't care about getting them wet anymore after. So we've crossed that, and now we're going to push on. Here we go. All right, so I just heard something really large moving through the bushes off to my right. Assuming it's a black bear, maybe a hog, but this is definitely black bear territory. And it's been seeing a lot of prints, so I was assuming I would see one, and we're near dusk. So we'll just see what we see. We'll try to keep talking here so as to not walk up and startle anyone. Hey, bear. I think we may have scared it off, but we'll see. If we see something, I'll try to get the camera out in time. I'm not usually very good at that, but we'll see how it goes. All right, almost done here. Trying to get done before dark. I didn't bring my headlamp with me today, so I'm trying to avoid night hiking. But we'll see. Should be able to get there. Not too far now. All right, out. All right, well, we made it back into the car. It's about 6:20. It's been dark now for, I don't know, pretty dark now for about 20 minutes, but not bad. By that time I was back out onto kind of the double track trail, so it wasn't too big of a deal. But yeah, you know, stupid mistakes could cost you. I came out to some place I had not hiked before and didn't bring a headlamp with me, and started late in the afternoon. So probably a mistake I shouldn't have made. However, we learn from it and we move on. Pretty good hike today. It's a great loop here when the weather is right. But it is quite a bit of wading through kind of wet, swampy, often, gosh, went as deep as knee deep for a few steps, but a lot of it was above the ankle deep. Probably at least half of the trail, I would say, today, or at least it felt like it. So if that's not your bag, and it hasn't always been mine, then this may not be the best trail for you. But other than that, it was a great loop. Again, weather was perfect. Didn't see anyone else on the trail today. Fortunately, didn't see any hunters, and unfortunately didn't see much wildlife either, although I did, as you heard in one of the clips, I did scare a pretty large animal. I'm assuming it was a black bear. This is certainly their habitat out here, and they're not it's not uncommon to see them out here, so not sure what it was, but anyway, good hike. Again, I recommend it. I'll call this the Cathedral of the Palms Loop. About 2/3 of it is on the Florida Trail. So anyway, we're gonna make our way home. We're about 45 minutes from home, just due south of Tallahassee. So thanks for joining me today. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, click on some of the other links on my channel. I got some stuff that I've recently put up on some hikes I've done, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Alrighty.